The boys are back. All right, welcome to another episode of the High Performance Podcast. Boys, I got to say, I feel like I've said this maybe. I know I said it last week. And I probably said it the week before. I'm feeling pretty good about life. Things are going well.
Hell yeah.
The only anxiety in my life is that I get so attached to all the good that is in my life now. But as my therapist, what was her fucking name? Can't remember a fucking name. Started with an L, but that's what she said. She was like, look, like what a blessed position to be in. But if you express gratitude for everything wonderful going on in your life, she was like, your life could go to shit at any moment. That's a very like valid fear. She didn't express it exactly like this. This is how I heard it. And so I just express gratitude. And then if life starts going horribly, you won't be like, well, I took it for granted. Because, there's no certainty in life. That's something that's a big part of the GPP model. Speaking of GPP, I just want to get a temperature check. If you're listening to this episode, I'm thinking of either doing a Sydney seminar early in 2026 or a Bali seminar. I'm not doing both. I just sort of want a vibe check. So just let me know how you're feeling about that. If you own a gym in Bali, DM me. We should probably get to song recommendations because I have like fucking 9 of them this week. This is like the most song recommendation heavy episode we're ever going to have. That's good. So I'll take over your slot.
Borzillo's going to be out here loving it.
Yeah, no, shout out to Jeremy Borzillo. Okay, so Harvey, I think you're going to like this as well. So the first one that made the list this week, because it was the first one, it just came up on my fucking shuffle of like all my music that I've ever liked on Spotify. And this was like breaking the dam on a cascade of memories that came back. Signs by Bloc Party, the Armin van Helden remix. That is like, I'm a Bloc Party enjoyer. It's in my all-time favorite bands. Silent Alarm, their debut album, the unremixed version is in my all-time, probably top 5 of all time. Honestly, like obviously it depends when you ask me, but consistently it's hard to boot it out of the top 5. But like, and because that's what it got me thinking. Like when the Signs remix came on, I was like, fuck, that's a good remix. And then I was also like, because in my head, I've always been like, Silent Alarm is their best album. And it is their best album, but I'm like, fuck, Intimacy was a good album. And then I was like, fuck, Weekend in the City is also a good album. Because how I sort of look at that album streak was Silent Alarm was pretty rockin'. And then they really lent into sort of the melancholy vibes in Weekend in the City. They were trying to make me cry. They did make me cry. And then Intimacy was where they like combined the two. It was arguably their most rockin' album. Like Halo, fucking whatever other fucking tracks are on it. There's some absolute tracks on that album. So that is a 3-album run is like fucking generational. And all of them remixed. Pardon?
Do you want some background on that? I have facts for you about that very thing.
Give me law.
So basically, Bloc Party did this thing where...
Sorry. You can't get this on Spotify. Also, go back and listen to Skeleton on YouTube. Pumping.
Yeah.
Also, that song might have been sped up a beat or two. Yes. This is a fucking Zoltan bass lesson classic. Zoltan was trying to fucking work it out for me by ear, my bass teacher in high school, and he was like, this sounds a bit out to me. I think it was sped up a beat or two in post-production.
I'm pretty sure Red Bone by Childish Gambino is the same thing.
Don't give a fuck about that. But take me... Oh, no, sorry, that is good. But can we keep this Bloc Party related?
Anyway, each Bloc Party album has one band member's primary influence on it. So I believe Silent Alarm is the drummer. I believe Weekend in the City is Russell, the guitar player. I think Intimacy... let me take that back. I think Silent Alarm is the bass player. Silent Alarm is the bass player. Intimacy, the second one, Weekend in the City. Weekend in the City is definitely Russell, the guitar player. And then 3 and 4, I can't quite. I want to say that 3 is Kelly and 4 is the drummer. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty certain Silent Alarm, album number 1 is the bass player, and the number 2 is Russell, the guitar player. You can Google the rest, but I'm pretty sure that's the idea. Which is why their albums are a little bit different.
Listen to them, go back to back to back. Just do those albums. Not many skips. There's not many skips necessary to get through those 3 albums. Get sick of them and then listen to Silent Alarm, Weekend in the City, and Intimacy remixed, and I've been saying this a lot lately, but get the lotion out because you're gonna have a good time. Moving on, so I have been absolutely shitting on Kendrick Lamar and his rampant use of onomatopoeia. Like, dude, we're not in fucking high school. Like, people are, oh my God, can you believe he wrote this track in 24 hours? I'm like, I fucking can, because the hook is bing, bam, whatever the fuck it sucks, man. New Kendrick sucks. And I was ranting about how much Kendrick sucks and how overrated he is. His last couple of albums for my girlfriend over the weekend. And she was like, what about Good Kid, Mad City? And I was like, fuck. Like that might be, oh man, like it's hard. I didn't really sit down and think before we hit record, like what are my all-time hip hop albums? Good Kid, Mad City might be my number one.
That's not new Kendrick. That's old Kendrick.
No. Sorry. I was shitting on, I wasn't saying new Kendrick. I was like, Kendrick is overrated, broadly speaking.
Right,
what about Good Kid, Mad City? I was just like, you're fucking right. It's the new shit. Good Kid, Mad City is like, it's like, if you ask me what's a better hip hop album, 2001 by Dre, or fucking, which I think some people put The Chronic higher than 2001. If you're one of those people, lose my fucking number. In my head, it's like, you know, when I think top all-time hip-hop albums, I'm sort of duking it out between 2001, because the feature, I mean, they're both kind of feature-heavy. That just is hip-hop for you. And Good Kid, Mad City. I don't know. But yeah, man, I've been absolutely slamming Good Kid, Mad City.
It's a tricky pick because, like,
are you saying between The Chronic and 2001, or between 2001 and Good Kid, Mad City?
No, 2001 and Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
Like, I think it's a difficult pick because they've both got that thing where they're like excellent albums of their own right, but then they do also kind of foreshadow what's to come.
And you know what I mean? If you sit there and look at me in the eye and you try to put Childish Gambino, any work of his above them, I'm hopping off the call right now. It's okay if you want to do that in your own time, but I'm not ready to hear that right now. Yeah, Outlook tells me everything I need to know.
You just don't get it, but that's fine.
I like it. Anyway,
what's the earliest Gambino album you've listened to? I need to know where you're at with this.
No, shit that's on YouTube and not on Spotify, if I do believe, I believe.
Have you listened to his first album?
What's the single off it?
Heartbreak? Heartbeat?
Oh, yeah. Heartbeat. Dude, you got me onto that last year. Crank My Hog to that track. I crank my hog.
Yeah, you got to do the album. You could do the album.
I've done the album. I've done the album.
Look, in all honesty, I would actually say, I don't want to be like, I would actually say that, like, Gambino and Dre are kind of like different ball games.
Harvey, let's get on to more agreeable music recommendations. So just rounding out my list for the rest of the week, D-Baser by the Pixies. I mean, I forget the Pixies exist from time to time. Every time I remember they exist, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? I mean, also, I'm a pig for the singles. Here Comes Your Man is fucking ridiculous, but D-Baser, I've been absolutely smashing that in the gym this week, and it's an absolute track.
Can we just back up slightly? I just found out that The Chronic by Dr. Dre came out in 1992, which is an entire 9 years before 2001, obviously. And that, like, I'm not going to sit here and say one's better than the other, but just in terms of, like, relevance, that's kind of crazy.
That's what?
Like, that's early.
Is that real?
According to Spotify, 1992, which to me is a bit like, I'm almost rethinking what I said about 2001.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic era, like.
Yeah, like we're talking like pre-Nevermind, maybe?
What?
I think. Like, is Nevermind 91?
Can we find the month? No, Nevermind is not 1999, is it?
No, I said 91.
Oh, sorry. No, I think Nevermind's 92.
What? Okay, hang on.
I don't know what part of the year.
No, Nevermind's 91.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty crazy. And I maybe take back what I said about 2001 being as, like, foreshadowy as it was, because Anyway, I don't know enough about either of them, but that's mental. The Chronic came out in 92 and that's blown my mind.
Oh, man. Do you remember when I called you last year? 2 years ago. We're both in Europe. I called you to have that discussion about LMFAO.
I don't know. What was the discussion?
Obviously, a way more pivotal moment for me. Just like I did a deep dive on them because I was like, where the fuck did that come from? I don't know. For some reason, they just popped back into my head. Do you know that they played the Super Bowl the year of their debut release?
That doesn't shock me.
It's shocking. I mean, I know his uncle's like Quincy Jones, but fucking...
Wait, whose uncle?
I swear to God, there's some relation between Red Foo and Quincy Jones. Or what's the other?
Well, I don't know, but you know that Red Foo and Sky Blue are nephew and uncle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, no, all I was going to say was I went to high school with a dude who was always like one of my best friends from high school was like quite fucking like, always like kind of knew about shit before it came out type thing, always like ahead about music. And we must have been like year 8 or year 9, and he went to watch the Black Eyed Peas live and LMFAO supported. And he basically came in the next day and was like, this band are fucking sick. And he was like, showing me this song they had. And I was like, that is, like, I won't sing the song on here because it's just ludicrous, but like the chorus was just mental.
I bet it was.
Anyway, long story short, it wouldn't surprise me if they were like big before they were big. You know?
All right, let's get back into training conversations. I hope you enjoyed the music recommendations. And yes, we might put these together in a playlist as GPP Level 1 legend Matt Cahill recommended. I want to give a shout out to Matt Cahill. I mean, Louise Burnett, she gets GPP legend status from fucking the whole of last year. She was the member of last year. Oh, fuck. Is that disrespectful to Tom Hutchinson? Anyway, it's them two duking it out. Yeah. Nah, Pat Hyde, he's our prodigal son. That's his label. We love him dearly, but he has left. But that's why we love him, because he always comes back like the prodigal son. And I think that's almost like, that's our equivalent of the BMF belt for the GPP team program. Matt Cahill, he plays like a very high level of soccer. I think it's called like the NPL, National Premier League or something like that, one level below the A League. He's fucking, I don't know if I want to rant about his coach too much, but Matt Cahill went on a mid-season holiday to go mountain biking in Switzerland because he lives the GPP life. Since he got back from Switzerland, he hasn't been starting. I'll fucking let you guys fucking read into that however you want. Anyway, he's been running the GPP team training. Someone got injured last week in their first round of postseason soccer matches, and in their semi-final this weekend, Matt Cahill was like, hey boys, get on my fucking back. He banged in 2 unanswered goals in the first 16 minutes. And first one was a little bit physical. Second one, a little bit more technical. It's just absolute legend of the game. So Matt Cahill is our GPP team member of the week. And yeah, if you're interested, because people ask me, like, is this going to work for field sports? Yes, it works at the highest fucking level, no matter what field or court sport you're playing. Jacob is 3rd in his league for points per game. He's running the GPP team program. So you can get a week for free down in the show notes. Like fucking Owen Marcellus out there fucking destroying judo competitions. We've got Monique McCranor. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that surname wrong, but Monique is a GPP long-term legend as well. She's been in the team training for God knows how long, always going out, getting on the podium in ultra races and obstacle races. There's fucking me just training the absolute house down. Like I'm on a fucking tear right now, and it's my program that everyone runs alongside me. There's that sweet spot between giving you a layout of your training week, and I take care of all the updates for that. There's a little bit of flexibility in there depending on what sort of equipment you have access to, but it's essentially like a push-pull split with an optional arms day added in as a 5th day. So you got 4 days push-pull, push-pull. We do Olympic ballistic lifts on the push days, and then we do a little bit of acceleration work and sprinting on the pool days. And there's an extra thread applies because we all know the GPP way is to get at least 3 exposures to plyometric training every single week. And if you want to know why we do that, check out our educational course for coaches, which is the second best deal in the fucking industry. So we've got the best deal on training. If you want elite programming, hop onto our training team. You get a free week and it's less than $1 a day. And then for 350 Australian dollars, you get our full curriculum on how we coach strength training, fucking hypertrophy, plyometrics, Olympic lifts, sprinting, and any sort of conditioning, and as well as how to wrap it all up in one tidy program. It's not just for S&C coaches, okay? We have elite, shout out to Lorenzo. We've got elite fucking powerlifting coaches in there. It's personal trainers in there who want to embody the GPP ethos, but like we have some higher level discussions in those GPP weekly calls on strength training and all sorts of things. Like really been getting into like more the business mentoring side of things and fucking amazing. So like I said, for $350, you get access to all the pre-recorded content. You get unlimited access to me and the other legends through the Discord. And then there's 3 live calls per week, which have absolutely been going off lately. Anyway, I'll stop the fucking extended sales pitch. Get in there.
Criminally undervalued.
Oh, it's so fucking good. It's criminally undervalued in the sense that it's cheap as hell, but it's like people are respecting it. A lot of people diving in there. And that's what I mean. Like the community has grown so much that now when you hit a PR, fuck it. Even if you just hit an average set and you want some feedback on it, you're getting fucking flames emojis from the other GPP legends. Everyone is really making an effort to get around each other. I'm really, really appreciating that because it just makes the experience better. Like I just want people to feel like they're a part of something. And I hope that everyone in the program, other than all the crazy PRs that they're hitting every single fucking month, I hope they're starting to feel a bit of that community atmosphere. And if you're someone who's been running the program, because I see all you guys running the program, and you haven't sent in a video, even if you don't want a fucking form check, like just send in a video, show us what you're doing, or we're all here to get around you, and like we want you to feel a part of that. Also, I had a really nice time this week. One of the best things I always say about having an Instagram following and putting out content is just like having cunts come from either the other side of the country or overseas, just come stay at my house, hang out for a day or two, go training. It's an excuse for me to take them to all my favorite restaurants in the Gong. We had Berend, who was Berend, Stein, and Jana Katie from Deliberate Strength. They're powerlifting coaches from the Netherlands. They've all been through the mentorship in separate cohorts, but Berend was just out in Australia. He did a bit of a trip up and down the East Coast, which is like, I felt so bad for him. I mean, it's amazing to be able to come to Australia on a 3-week holiday, but especially most of his time was spent in Sydney. And we've been having the worst rain apparently since fucking like 1960 or something like that. So obviously not like the weather that you sort of envision when you come for a holiday to Australia. But I know for him, there was also a lot of coaches he wanted to meet up with. Not sure who he met up with down in Melbourne. I think he might have gone to Strength Culture, but I know he's a big fan and was coached by Kelly from Performotion. So he was hanging out with the Performotion crew up in Brisbane. I'm sure they showed him a great time, but I had such a sick time hanging out. I mean, I always do. Like I said, when people come through, whether they've been through the mentorship or whether they just sort of know me from some other aspect of me shit posting on the internet and we've formed some sort of relationship, I always enjoy I'm really proud of where I live. And I just think I live in paradise and I always love showing it off to other people. So Baron came over, got to show him the Gong. You know, I took him to fucking Ciro's and he blew my fucking mind at Ciro's. Let's just go to that. So yeah, we ripped a acceleration session, plyo session. That's all coming out on YouTube in the next week or so. But at Ciro's, it wasn't just at Ciro's. Ciro's is where we really unpacked it because I was rattled when he brought it up. He brought it up with this like as soon as he got in the door. Like I met him at the train station. We walked back to mine. And by the time I'd opened the door, he was sort of talking about like how you calculate volume. I think about volume in sets. I think that's wrong. Like, whatever. I stand by my results. Like, I've got people really fucking strong. And I'm aware of reps. Like, I'm not spiking the amount of reps above a certain intensity that people are doing. Like, I'm capable of fucking managing load, but I'm very RTS pilled, like Mike Tuchscherer pilled when it comes to, I look at him as the gold standard when it comes to just strength training these days. Like, and I apply a lot of his concepts to my strength and conditioning model. And that's where my bias, like really static programming sort of comes in. And I never really think about increasing volume throughout the mesocycle. Whereas Berend, he sort of is, he's very RTS pilled as well, but also very TSG pilled, so the strength guys. And he was sort of talking about how they look at work capacity and tolerance to volume as a rate limiter for a lot of people, especially once they are at a certain level of strength. Like some people might just be gifted with work capacity from day dot, but other people, like, and because I've run into this before where people sort of stall out a bit on programming and you try to increase their volume and then they just sort of get flare-ups and things like that. But especially when you think, and this is where there's a big danger in thinking about volume in terms of sets. And like, so broadly as well, like what I'm sort of laying out here, like this conversation with Berend was so helpful because so much of my scientific rationale for the way I program actually is more associated with hypertrophy research. And anyone who's been listening to this show for a while will know that we look at strength and hypertrophy, especially in our strength and conditioning world, as like basically the same thing. Even though there are differences, like the skill component of strength expression. So like there's a specificity to your exercise selection there as well, not just the target tissue and the proximity to failure. But all the research around strength training sort of shows that proximity to failure and higher RPEs are where you want to be. But one thing we know from the research is that you can make great strength gains at low RPEs. But again, like obviously low volume and low RPE, like fuck, like where are your gains coming from there? And I wanted to be able to play around with lower RPE work. But anyway, so a lot of the TSG model is sort of based around increasing your work capacity over time. But they'll do it by changing the set and rep scheme like quite a bit throughout the mesocycle. So there is a little bit more top-down planning. It's still reactive and it's still flexible. Like they're not just fucking increasing people's volumes and things like that when they're not responding well to it. But like, so, you know, going from like, rather than just say you're doing 3x5s, rather than just adding another set of 5s, they'll go 3x5 1 week. And then when they want to increase the volume, they'll go 4x4. Which is at a static load, I believe. So increasing it by 1 rep. And looking, again, basically the short of it is TSG, look at volume as reps. And I think it was just so fucking logical. Like in my head, it unlocked so many fucking doors just with a few things I couldn't reconcile for Dylan's programming going forward. I'm not sure how much I've sort of talked about the changes that I'm making to his programming. Maybe that's something we can unpack on another episode. For hypertrophy and for accessories, we're thinking about volume in terms of sets. But for strength, especially the work that we're doing at a lower RPE, we look at volume in terms of reps. And yeah, like this wasn't really planned. I probably should have structured out some dot points because that was a little bit all over the place. But you can see it's just really set my mind ablaze. Like, really, yeah, I'm excited to try some things with a couple of my one-to-one athletes. I don't think there's really any space for it to influence how I'm programming in the team training because, like I said, I just think that's, and even my own training because that's the program that I run, like where we're spinning so many plates, but especially for the way I approach the training of my weightlifters, I think, I think it's probably going to have the biggest impact there on the more pure strength. Where not that weightlifting is pure strength, it's like a power sport as well, but it's going to have the biggest influence there. And it also just made so much sense in terms of like how you could increase people's frequency like really intelligently and like systematically. It's like you sort of just work out how many quality reps they're able to give you per session. And then when you hit that ceiling, and obviously it's a reactive approach, you sort of test that and it's very individualized, but like that's then how you add frequency. It's not the only thing that dictates frequency because there's like a skill component to it as well and probably a few other things going on. But yeah, that, because I'm taking Dylan my strongest weightlifter down to a 2 times a week squatting frequency, which isn't out of this world. It was a little bit, I had him squatting 3 times a week, but just seeing Thomas Lilly have so many cunts squat fucking world records just with 1 times a week frequency, at least in squatting, not in terms of their leg work, because Thomas Lilly definitely has his lifters doing a lot of really hard hypertrophy work at other times during the week. But it's just made me a lot more confident how I'm going to explore that. So I really want to find Dylan's ceiling in terms of work capacity over time and explore pushing the boundaries on that very incrementally and systematically. And I want to see how much work I can get him doing in those 2 squat sessions per week without tanking his recovery or like flaring him up or fuck.
RPE's prescription change from that 5x3 to 4x4 transition?
You probably give him an RPE cap, but it's actually not an RPE prescription. It'd be a load prescription and a set and rep prescription that's changing, not necessarily week to week, but like semi-frequently, because like you should be able to add more than a rep in a month, let's say, especially when things are going well. But it just makes, like, I've definitely been pretty MAD pilled and pretty low volume pilled. And I still am. I still stand by that. Like people really don't know what quality looks like, but especially for my more advanced strength training athletes who do know what quality strength work feels like and they can actually fucking lock in. And they are, especially my athletes that are orienting life around training. Because this is the thing, like the reason why we promote a reactive approach to programming is, one, because life is unpredictable and responses to training aren't always extraordinarily predictable. But then there's this whole other perspective that like I noticed this a lot when I was training James Knoll and also Ari Jared, where like they will orient their life around a program. So they don't necessarily require that reactivity. Like it is there for when you need it. But with certain locked in people, you just end up not needing it as much. And like I said, where someone is willing to orient their life around a program, which Dylan is, I mean, he has a fucking family and stuff like that. And sometimes his baby doesn't sleep as much as I'd like her to on Friday nights before Big Saturday. So that's always why we'll have this thread of reactivity, no matter how proactive and top down we get with his programming. But I was chatting with Dylan about it over the weekend, and yeah, there's going to be a little bit more top-down work capacity pushing, especially in regards to these squat workouts. So I'll keep everyone updated. Dylan wants to front squat 240 kilos. Is that 227 kilos? I think that was his last PR. So let's see if we can slap 13 kilos on his front squat. 240 kilos is a hell of a front squat. It's going to be hectic.
So you go to 6x3 after that, or do you just go back to the 5x3 and then push?
No. You want
another variable.
So broadly speaking, the big lever that they are pulling is increasing work capacity. But you can sort of pull back on that volume a little bit as a method of peaking. So obviously that's something that you sort of have to test. Like
yes.
You want to increase their work capacity and tolerance throughout the training cycle. And then at a certain point, as you're heading back to comp, you do want to prioritize intensity. And you are going to pull back on some of that total volume in terms of reps. And that's going to allow you that headroom to then peak them. So it will be interesting. It will be very interesting.
That's a bit more systematic. It makes a bit more sense.
And sorry, like I said, like there's so many options. Like it doesn't have to be 3x5 into 4x4 into fucking whatever's one more rep than that, and however you want to sort of make it up. But again, like what you're essentially tracking is the reps at a given load. And you can change that load periodically. But I think, again, that load prescription where you're trying to increase the tolerance to is relatively static compared to at least the set and rep prescription. And that is the thing that you are using to like feed them more work over time.
Yeah. So more reps under that weight that you want. That
like so. Say like I don't know what workload we're going to work with. So because Dylan's current, let me pull up his fucking program. God, you guys are really getting a look under the hood today. Okay. Scrolly. Okay, so currently on day one, Dylan has a top set of 4 for his front squats, which is like pretty cruisy. Well, not heaps cruisy. It's at an RPE 6. And then he's got some pretty hard sets after that, 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. And then so Dylan has 4 sessions a week. He doesn't squat in his next session. And then in his third session, he has a top double of front squats, and then some 3 hard sets on the hack squat. And because our hack squat is hypertrophy work, that is going to stay. We're looking at that through a sets lens. But I will probably increase the reps on that top set up to a set of 5 slowly over time. Also, so that's that second squat exposure. Going back to that first squat exposure, so I'm going to get his reps filled in, and so I'm assuming I'm just going to sort of monitor. I'm not prescribing him a load yet, but I'm going to sort of pay attention to what he's been hitting for those 4 back off sets over the last month or so. And through that, I'm just going to find a load. I feel like it's going to be either 180 kilos or 185 kilos, just having a little bit of a scroll. Obviously, I'm going to put a little bit more thought. This is just me trying to program Dylan's next month live on the podcast. I'm going to think about it for a little bit longer than that. But yeah, so he's going to be doing about 30 reps at 180 to 185 kilos. I'm going to try to bump that up over time. See, maybe it's got to be a higher weight than that so I can start with a lower rep range. Oh, fuck. Anyway, these are things that I'll go back and forth with Dylan through the week. Just a reminder, I have 0 slots available for one-to-one coaching unless you're a national level athlete. If you would like to get trained by me, hop on the team training. And I promise you, I put a fuck ton of thought and effort into that programming as well. But yeah, basically going to see how much I can increase Dylan's work capacity in that one session at around 180 kilos. And so going back to the RPE conversation about this, when Dylan's like, hey, I'm hitting a fucking 9, man. A lot of these 180 to 185 kilo squats are fucking hard. That's when we'll review things, either slow down, or we might sort of start with a new sort of prescription, or I don't know what that's going to look like, but we'll sort of take it as it comes. So like I said, there's still a lot of reactivity in there, and let's see what sort of happens. But that's sort of going to be our little alarm bell. That we're reaching the ceiling of at least his current work capacity, and then maybe we hang there a little bit. See, you don't though, because again, when you're not adding entire fucking sets, I think that's where I've been fucking up. When I do, not that I increase his volume that much, but when I do, it's by a whole fucking set. And when you've got someone who's a fucking hoss like Dylan, that's a lot of stress. You are spiking the load more than you think, especially if you're looking at it in terms of sets and proximity to failure. So sorry, Dylan, was spiking your load a little bit harder than I thought. Fucking whoops. Anyway, training's been going pretty well, so it goes to show that you don't need to be perfect, but we can always be better. Fuck, Harvey's so checked out of this conversation. You love to see it. That's how you know we're getting into the weeds of strength training. He's got Center's website up, just fucking looking for a deal on a Gibson SG or some shit. Being like, no, maybe I could go a lighter gauge of strings.
It's all of the above.
How's your running going, Harvey? Are you still running?
Yeah, I need to do more of it. It's the long and short of it. I've been a bit all over the place this last while.
What's the frequency per week?
Oh, doing
how many steps are you doing? Have you thought about increasing it by a step? Sorry, I'm joking about volume again.
No, I'm doing 2 or 3 a week usually.
That's solid.
That's good.
Yeah. I just need to fucking, it's you get in a good habit and then you fall off the wagon slightly and you're just
How hard do you go on these runs? Do you think that you can do a good job of going for a chilled out run, or are you your classic amateur runner where when you go hard?
I was very much the classic amateur until basically now I'm trying to ease myself back into things. I've actually been somewhat trying to be I don't know how you put it, but somewhat paying attention to let's at least try and have some idea of pace here.
Nice.
So yeah, been doing a bit of that, but in all honesty, a lot of it comes down to fucking how much time I have and what I feel like doing, to be honest with you. But I should probably do more longer, slower
If it's because that's a time you're constrained by. I'd say do some zone 3 work, so just a bit higher than zone 2, with a bit less time because time is definitely the barrier.
What are these zones? Like
No,
what?
okay,
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Well, I wanted to. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
You just need an easy, medium, and a hard run.
Yeah, a slightly harder than easy.
But is that like...
So like maybe where you wouldn't be able to maintain conversation, but only just in text. So maybe you could maintain a bit of conversation, but you're like, fuck.
Like count up to 10 max. Count up to 10 max. Like 1, 2, 3, 10.
Okay.
No more than that. Yeah, if you go more than that, you're going too hard. But if you can go up to 20, 25, you're probably too easy.
Okay, cool. And like just do the whole run at that zone?
Yes, as you're easy.
Probably don't count out loud the whole time because you will get committed to the loony bin, but yeah.
Yeah. just every 5 minutes or so,
Quick pivot away from Harvey's running, which that was a fucking excellent update. Really excited to see how that progresses. Actually, sorry, one more thing back to Harvey. What's your biggest running goal? Other than being a healthy cunt?
That is about the size of it, as being a healthy cunt.
Can you set either like a 5K or a 10K goal for us?
Yeah, okay. Like, I think if I'm being real, initially I was like, let's just get back to where I was. Like at my fittest, which like I think I was doing like, I was never like that fucking like on it, but I swear I was doing like fucking 5 or maybe even like 6Ks in like half an hour.
Oh, nice.
Like every day.
Okay, let's get you there. Fucking hell.
Can I program your running, Harvey? For the free ski?
Harvey doesn't like being told what to do.
You can try. I don't know.
I'm respecting that so much. One of us.
Look, at this stage, I'm kind of just like, look, if I could be running 2 or 3 times a week consistently, that is progress. So let's get there. And then, like, even this concept of...
But right now, you don't think you could do... As it stands right now, you don't think you could do a sub 30-minute 5K? Am I hearing that right?
No,
or you
like,
might be able to?
Like, I think I could probably maintain that pace for about 3 of those. Like, I did like 3 in like 18 minutes the other day. But that was me, like, pretty fucking going for it,
I'm keen for you to get to whenever it is. Obviously, there's no fucking timeline on that, but like I think you could potentially get there by year's end if we manage your running. All 3 of us. Obviously, you're the big dog. Jacob is assistant coach, and then I'm 3IC. You're obviously the CEO of your own running. But I would love for you to get fucking sub 30-minute 5K. I reckon that's pretty fucking grouse. If we got you fucking squatting, you'd absolutely dominate that. Squatting a few fucking plyos, increase your running economy while you're working on the conditioning. Already the wheels are turning in my head.
The other thing I was gonna say was when I was doing those like 5 or 6Ks in half an hour, they were pretty much all treadmill. And whereas now I'm mostly outside. So I don't know if that changes things much, but
it does a bit. But I think you can still cross that off before the end of the year.
There's so many levers we can pull.
Moderate medication. But yeah, the treadmill, what are we saying? Is that like 5% easier, you reckon, Jacob?
Treadmill? Yeah, I'd say it's more the consistent running surface.
So it's not world
probably a bit less. No. Yeah. Just depends on what you got.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm just thinking about the idea of punching out 6Ks on a treadmill. You have mental toughness.
So I did a shakeout mile the other week, 5 minutes 35 off of not much training. And then I did another one. I'm going to do another one this week, and it's looking like a 5 minute 20. So sub 5 minute is definitely on the cards. It's there.
What do you mean looking like a 5 mile? You're just deciding you want to hurt more. Like
No. It is going to be because my training's just flying at the moment. And yeah, I still got a bit of.
That's good for someone your weight. That's crazy work.
Yeah, I still got a bit of body weight to trim. So yeah, hopefully around the 4 minute 50 mark. I'm going to put it in the ether today for the mile. Let's go.
5 minute mile before the end of the year.
No, 4-minute 50 mile.
Shit. All right. That's crazy. That'll fucking sell some programs.
Yeah.
If you too want to run a 450 mile, get on the team program.
Hey everyone, it's Harvey from the High Performance Podcast here. For those of you who don't know, I take care of all of the editing, guest booking, organising, run sheet making, uploading, and just about any other back-end stuff that you can think of for the show. If you have a podcast project that you think I might be able to help you with, or even if you'd just like to chat about an idea, please get in touch via my Instagram handle, which can be found in the show notes. Drop me a DM and we can talk more there. Cheers.
It popped into my head the other day that I don't take pre-workout before I surf. And like it occurred to me because I was watching it. I'll go to surf Padang in a couple of weeks. I was like, fuck, there's so many people out there. I'm going to need to be aggressive. And then I was like, fuck, you know what's good for aggression? 400 milligrams of caffeine to the dome before you enter the lineup. Like I want to be out there fucking barking at cunts because like people are going to judge me for this. I can't fight. All right. I'm just going to lay that on the table. I can't fight. But I just want to look mean enough when I'm out there and paddle aggressively enough that people are like, if you're not that guy, that you might think I'm that guy and let me have a wave. Especially like if you're under 18 on a family holiday, I'm looking to intimidate people out of waves. I think I can do it if I bring the right energy to the lineup. I don't know how many surfs I'm going to get at Padang in my life, right? Bukit Peninsula is changing, but yeah, I want to bring a new level of aggression out there. I'm trying to thread that needle between being as aggressive as possible in the lineup out at Padang, because surfing's a selfish sport. No one else out there gives a fuck if you get a wave, but without getting punched out. And there are a lot of people who surf and who know jiu-jitsu and who can fight. And I need to be able to assess those people without knowing.
Can you stand and bang in the ocean?
No, but you can call someone into the beach or you can wait for someone on the beach. And I don't want anyone waiting for me.
Come to the shore.
Like I said, you have to, in Sicario where he's like, you don't have the killer eyes. That's what I have to assess when I'm out there. I'm like, do they have the killer eyes? Or do they just look like a fucking soft cunt who's on a nice holiday? Because if you're one of those guys, I might drop in on you. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Feel free to judge me. If anyone's judging me, it's because you don't actually understand surfing. And if there's any surfer listening to this judging me, you're not a core lord. I don't care what you fucking say. Okay? Dropping in on cunts is standard procedure these days, especially when you're on a holiday to a fucking surfing hotspot like that. Anyway, what else do I have to say? I posted about sacking clients today. Jacob, have you ever sacked a client?
Yes, I have sacked a client.
Based. All right, cool. Because if you hadn't done it, I was like, we've got to get you to do that before the end of the year. I work with a lot of trainers. I mentor a lot of trainers. Again, if you want to be mentored by me, sign up for GPP Level 1. There are so many people with amazing who are so close to having their dream job. Anyone who runs a business will be able to relate to this. Like, it's like your worst clients just suck the fucking life out of you.
Yes,
and your best clients, like, you do it for fucking free. You know what I mean?
It literally doesn't
really
feel like work. Yeah.
There's so many people, I hear them, they're like, oh, this fucking client, like they get to doing their check-in. Like I said, a lot of people, if you've got a roster of like 30 clients, it's probably 2 to 3 of them. Depending on some people, might be less. Some people might be more, depending where you're at in your career. This is a conversation as well for coaches who are paying their bills somewhat comfortably. And like, if you're listening to this and you're already thinking of someone, fucking sack them today. I'm giving you permission to sack them because good coaches have guilt about this. You don't owe your services to everyone. And if and also you owe it to your good clients to sack them, because it's always the case where your shittest clients can, when you're not on top of things, your shittest clients can often get the most attention and the most energy. And that's wrong. And I don't want to use the word unethical, but it's not right. Your good clients should get the most energy, but it's just the way it is. Psychology is a crazy thing, right? BPS, think about it. And so when you sack your shittest clients, it's going to be like taking a handbrake off your business. You're going to be like, oh my God, like I actually like all my fucking clients. It'll change the way you show up to work and it'll change the way you show up for those awesome clients. So if you can't do it for yourself, fucking do it for them. But yeah, like you should do it for yourself. It's sort of interesting because I was chatting to a coach today and he was like, man, like I just don't have the time for content. And I know this coach is like making fucking bank. And I'm like, why don't you just sack a couple of clients? I know you got some fucking dingbats in there. And he was like, you know what? I do. And I was like, yeah, those clients where you get to their check-in and you're
dingbats.
Like it does happen. I reckon 90% of coaches have a couple of those clients where they get to their check-in and they're like, fuck's sake, not this cunt again.
Can you give the listeners some practical advice on how to initiate said conversation of sacking?
Yeah, I'll say give yourself some fucking grace and maybe you will sack him and maybe you won't handle the conversation well. Who cares? It's not that deep. It's fucking lifting weights and personal training. It's not fucking life support that you're shutting off. And think about like if you like, they probably don't want to be working with you when you are rolling your fucking eyes at every check-in. You know what I mean? It's like you're doing them a favor. Some people are fucking cunts no matter where they go, but like they might fit in better with another coach. There might be some coach who's desperate for clients who is going to be like, take all their fucking annoying feedback and be like, oh yeah, give me more of that. I love this. I appreciate you so much. So they'll be appreciated elsewhere. Don't worry about how you handle the conversation. You're ending the relationship. Don't. Again, our usual rules, don't say anything racist. Don't be overtly don't be a literal cunt. But if you're a decent person, it doesn't matter how you manage the conversation. Might be a little bit messy and emotional. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like just don't be a straight up horrible person, which if you are stressing about how you're going to sack a client who is a bit of a cunt, you're probably a good person. So like I said, anything you say to them as you're getting them out of your business, probably not going to be that hectic. And you can be honest with them. Like some people probably need to be told that they're a shit client. Be like, hey, working with you ruins my fucking life. And it's probably my fault. Take a bit of ownership. Be like, fucking whoops. I obviously don't know how to handle your personality. I'm going to put my hand up there, but I don't need this money right now. And I think you should look elsewhere for coaching. Don't say, let me know if you need a recommendation unless you know an absolute desperado coach. I mean, we all do, but yeah, go sack some clients, might free up more time. Like I said, it's going to change the way you show up for work, but might open up space for content creation. Then you might be able to fucking travel all over the world doing it, whatever the fuck you want, coaching whoever the fuck you want. It's pretty mad. Make sure you up your rates occasionally as well because inflation's pretty crazy. I went to the supplement store with Berend to buy some protein powder and the guy at the fucking I was fucking umming and ahhing about what protein I wanted to buy, and I was making a selection purely off flavor. And the cunt was like one of those bodybuilder cunts, and I look like a do you even lift cunt. So of course he was fucking giving me nutrition advice. He was like, "Oh fuck, do you know what sort of protein you should be eating?" I was like, "Fuck me, dead cunt." Like I wasn't saying this, I was internalizing all of this, but got a really painful fucking conversation. He was like, "Do you know about counting macros?" And I didn't want to be like, "Look, mate, kind of a big deal in the fitness industry. Shut the fuck up." But
I'm with James Smith, PT. First.
Let me just, hey, people know me. If you have your shit together, you'd know me. Like, come on, mate. How big is this industry?
Jeez.
Nah, come on. It's true. It's true.
Fair enough. Back yourself. Back yourself.
No, I didn't say any of this. This was me in my dreams, right? This was me in my dreams. Be like, and then I said,
"You don't know who I am."
Oh, there was like, yeah, you got to count your fucking macros. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, fuck everyone. Come on, mate. No, but you know what the other part of the conversation was? It was a nice little humbling experience to me because I was like, you can't tell that I'm a trainer. You definitely.
That's a reflection on you.
Looks at my physique
hit an extra set of arms.
This guy trains people. This guy's serious about lifting weights. I would like, and it's hard if you're not banging steroids or SARMs. It's not impossible though, right? You just got to fucking put in the effort. That's my goal. My goal is a year from now, if I dedicate myself to developing my physique, I'll be able to walk into a supplement store and the cunt won't try to explain how protein works to me. Right? Fuck me.
That's
right?
your measuring stick. That's your measuring stick.
Yeah. Enough rig. The people are like, there's no way this cunt's a fucking trainer. Fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, Barron looks like he lifts, but he was covered up. Like, that's what I wanted to say. I'm like, mate, I've got fucking a lot of people who come to me for training advice, very advanced people. This cunt here squats 260 kilos. Shut the fuck up. We know how protein works. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, that was fun. We were a couple of beers deep and fucking the omega-6s were firing in my brain because I went out for beer and sushi before that. Oh, fuck it. Me and Baron had the best day eating. Best fucking day eating. I treated him to, this is purely for the Aussies and especially for the gong cunts, okay? If you're Aussie, get yourself onto the Wicked Sister protein pudding. My mate Bernsey says it was the catalyst to him losing 13 kilos. It's such a tasty snack. It fills that hole, right? I mean, Bernsey's also been surfing the house down, hitting the fucking pool, hitting the gym. But again, like these Wicked Sister protein puddings, fucking phenomenal. There's a vanilla one. There's a chocolate one. I think there's a strawberry one. I haven't found that in my supermarket yet, but the banana one is crazy. Harvey, you can't get it in Thirul. Wait, do you like banana flavored things?
Yeah, I do. Fucking love it.
Yeah, okay, so you got the closest place where you can get banana. Well, not today because me and Danny last night at the supermarket fucking drained their supply. So kick rocks, everyone in the northern suburbs. I've got all the fucking banana Wicked Sisters. It was me. I mean, it wasn't just me, but we finished the job. I might buy some for you and bike ride them over to your house one day as a little treat. Because Harvey, I know you're probably not like a protein treat kind of guy, but I'm telling you, it's not that way at all. This is just like pure banana custard, but it comes with 15 grams of protein and the macros aren't that bad. I love doing it with like blueberries or raspberries and it's such a treat.
It is very good. Anyway,
I showed Berens the wonder of Wicked Sister banana protein pudding. Then we went to Sakura and just fucking racked up quite a bill, which went on the business card. But oh my God, just not a grain of rice in sight. That's what I call that's my MO when I fucking hit the sushi den, right? Just give me fucking raw fish and nothing else. Also, there's a kingfish jalapeno. So it's got comes with sliced jalapenos. Regular listeners will know that I love fresh jalapeno and then some sort of yuzu. No, fuck. It's like a soy. There's something else going on in there. It's not pure soy. And it's more than just slices of jalapenos. And then there's a snapper sashimi, which has this sesame yuzu thing going on. Other than that, it was just bountiful amounts of fucking just carved up tuna and salmon sashimi. There was a little bit of fried chicken, but like I said, not a grain of rice in sight. That's how you do sushi properly. Kept the beers flowing the whole time. Went home, scratched down nuts for a bit, watched a bit of YouTube, and then just went straight down to fucking Ciro's. First time I had dessert at Ciro's. Oh my God. It was fucking Nonna's cake. There was a tiramisu, I'm sure their tiramisu's life-changing. Sorry, Let me go back. Okay, because anyone who's been to Ciro's with me knows I will order, if it's two of us, we'll get a pizza each, but we'll share it, obviously. I'll order the cheese pizza with pancetta on it, and I'll sit and watch you consume your first slice because I'm sitting there waiting for you to fucking validate me. And I'm like, tell me it's the best pizza you've ever fucking had in your life. And just the look on Baron's face, he was like, this is fucking amazing. I got you with the cheese pizza, didn't I, Jacob?
Yeah, I had a whole box before I left.
Yeah, it's so fucking hectic.
It's
got it's heaps of hectic cheese. It's got this sage honey and this crispy pancetta. And anyway. Dude, the dessert was crazy. It's like this really lightly lemony flavored sponge cake with a real crispy exterior. And then they served it with this amazing fresh cream that was sort of infused with rosemary. I think there was, it was an olive oil and lemon cheesecake and then rosemary cream. And
wow,
it transported me to another dimension because it was it wasn't savory, but there was a lot of savory things that you associate with savory food that aren't explicitly savory, which is crazy work. We love shit like that. Stuff that just sort of pulls you in two different directions at once. But not just in terms of the palate, in terms of the memories. Heck, I was like, fuck, am I eating mum's roast dinner? No, I'm eating a fucking dessert. But not that, because again, now people are thinking about lamb and gamey meats. It's what that wasn't even there. It was it was a reference to that, and it was just that. Anyway, if you go to Ciro's, get a fucking dessert. I when you first said that, I was like, did he say at home healing? And I'm like, yeah, that dessert did heal me. No, yeah, at home healing. Absolutely. At home healing.
That's always good when a restaurant can provide that. Did you make him the Matthew McConaughey tuna or no? Did he deserve?
No. He didn't stay for long enough. If he stayed another day, I would have got him. He did get to taste my short rib ragu for breakfast the next day. I turned it on a bit. I was like, we're eating good, cunt. We're eating fucking good. Cooked that for the misso fucking last week. Blew her fucking mind. Fucking whoops, 2 for 2 cooking for the new girlfriend. I absolutely fucking dimed
what
also
do?
go on a short rib ragu. Well, apparently all I can do is pressure cook because then I fucked up. Actually, yeah, I cooked. I've been long time listeners of the show will know that I've been refining a brown butter choc chip cookie. And it wasn't my best batch. That's the thing. When you're refining a recipe, there's going to be ups and downs. And okay, it was good because she tasted it and she was like, she was being really nice about it. She was like, kind of reminds me of a Subway cookie. And I was like, well, excuse me, I'm going to go fucking walk to the edge of a cliff. Thanks. No, but you know what? It was good.
That's a good compliment.
No, wait. I know that she gives honest reviews. She said it was better than a Subway cookie, but it hurt me a bit.
The one that you made with me, I think that was your genesis of... what did you find out where you brown the butter and you slowly mix it or something? Or you...
Well, here's the thing. I was watching
You made the discovery with me.
No, what was that?
It was like you browned it. You wait for it to cool. That's what it was. Like completely cool.
Yeah, more. I wasn't patient enough. No, I did that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I got a good browning of the butter because I tried to do it at a much lower temp. Because like browning butter is a stressful experience for me because I do it on high heat in a pan. So it's like there's sort of like this, I'm going to say there's like a 20 to 30 second time frame max where you have to get that thing off the fucking heat and cooling down to stop the cooking before you turn into burnt butter. Okay? We're trying to caramelize milk solids. We're not trying to fucking burn them to fucking Hades. But again, you've got about a 20, 30 second window to play with there. But I did it at a lower heat and I just don't know if I got the same level of caramelization in those milk solids. Anyway, I don't know. I got so much fucking uncooked cookie dough in my fridge. I'm just so demotivated to throw them in the oven now because obviously it was just that test batch last night. Anyway, this is fucking spiraling. You just didn't sign up for fucking Angus's cooking adventures. You signed up to cooking and training. Cooking and music will change the way you view training. And I think if you're a good coach who doesn't have those skill sets, like you'll take to them quite quickly because, you know, embracing that art and science, you know what I mean? Like cooking and music, they really help us do that. Harvey is thinking to himself right now, well, you must be a shit trainer because you're dog shit at music. I'm better at cooking than I am at fucking laying down baselines. Sign up for the team training. Sign up for GPP Level 1. Enjoy those song recommendations. I think that was some great song recommendations.